welcome. My name is Trinity. I work with Bridging Voice. And you are here for what else can my communication device do? The music workshop. I've already done an intro to everything, and then we have already done an art session. We have more sessions coming up on various things such as environmental controls and driving and texting. So if any of those sound good to you, you're going to see them coming up. We'll give you all that information. We have a ton of links and a ton of resources today. Those are going to be available to you in our after the presentation email. Everybody will get like this amazing breadth of links and equipment lists. Jordan, who is also Lee J Beats, who's joining us here, he has provided an insane amount of resources for those who want to make beats. And so we will be sharing all of those. So please don't feel like you have to write anything down, take notes. I'm going to be giving it all to you in a nice little package after the session is over. So I'm going to start by jumping in. I'm going to share my screen. Annie's going to be dropping our links as well as kind of monitoring the chat. And let's see what kind of fun we have today. We have lots of fun videos to share, so I look forward to that. Let's do it. Okay, let's make sure I share it with sound because you guys are definitely going to want to hear all the good stuff today. Okay. Are we seeing things correctly, Annie?
Yes, we are good.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. All right. Here we go. Welcome to let's make sure there we go. Perfect. Let's talk about our session goals and format. If you joined us for the art, you're going to find that this is just the same. So again, like I said to you, I have zero musical abilities. I can't even sing. Maybe in the shower, but that's about it. Beyond that, none. That's why I'm a speech pathologist. So I am here to share knowledge that you guys have all, gratefully shared with us so that we can give it out as a collective whole. I'm here to give you tools and resources to get started, and I'm here to show you that you can have fun with it. Um, we would love your input, anything that you want to share with us about what has worked, what has anything above, please feel free. I am here for all of the above. So please feel free to have cameras, microphones, if you off will work, be great. Um, chatting, so you guys put any questions you have in there. If you have any questions about how to use your chat features, there's a little guide here. You're going to hover over the chat icon. A chat will appear, and then you can type in the message window on the bottom. And make sure to hit enter when otherwise we won't see it.
Trinity, you are breaking up a little bit again. I'm not sure if the cord is getting jostled or
Oh,
sometimes we hear you really clear when you turn a little bit to the right. That seems to be.
Is this better?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not going to move, which is really hard for me. Okay, I'm not going to move. Here we go. All right, so let's talk about music. And I'm going to talk about this as a music interaction because really there's three different things that you can do with your communication device in relation to music. Okay, so you can play musical instruments, you can listen to music, or you can create music. All right. And I told you my music abilities stick with number two, which is listening to music. All right. But let's start with the first one. Ooh, let's go back. Okay. Let's start with the first one. Let's talk about playing musical instruments. Okay. So there's really some very specific things. There's programs that are very easy for you to interact with different musical instruments. Okay. There's music such as iHarp, Crow Music Labs, and Look Lab. Those three I'm actually going to show you today. There's also Groove Pizza, I Play Music, okay, and Beams. I want to talk to you a little bit about I Play Music. Annie's going to drop the links for you guys. I'm going to share with you. I Play Music has Tobii Dynavox communicator page sets that provide enhanced features so that the user can change volume, change instruments, and change skill. But here's the thing I want you to know about it. It's a fabulous program. I have even included a picture of one of the page sets here on this slide is you really need to go see their website first for iPlay Music before you do the downloads so that you make sure that you put the files in the correct places. It's easy to do, but just make sure that you go ahead and look at that so that it interacts with your communicator software a little bit better. All right, I am going to now get to show you iHarp, Crow Music Lab, and Look Lab. Okay. And you can judge me on my speech therapy skills, but not on my music skills. All right. Okay. First off, I want to show you an amazing video of a young guy that I know, a young child that I know. He is going to play the iHarp for you. So this is an eye gaze communication device. He is not touching the screen at all. He's just using his eyes to navigate and to play the music. And the song that he is singing is Tob Lehodos. So here it is. Let's make sure you can hear it.
Amazing. That was amazing.
So I absolutely love it. So you could actually see that he had a cursor on the screen and he was moving it onto the iHarp keys. Absolutely wonderful. All right, next one is the Chrome Music Lab, which Annie dropped the link in. I'm going to show you just a few of the modules in it that you can use to play music. And again, no judgments. Here we go. And so my mouse clicks that you're seeing, so you're actually seeing my mouse that you would, with eye gaze, again, you would just use your eyes. You could also direct access if you still have some hand control too. This one's fun. Clearly, I know nothing about composition. You're going to see, you're going to see the masters a little bit later. So really what I want you guys to see with this is if you have zero ability and or you want something that's just doesn't have a lot of stress and can just allow you to play, this is it. You can just play with music. You can play with your eye gaze. All right. And the last one I want to show you, this is Look Lab by Smartbox. And Look Lab does have a 30-day trial, and then it does have a cost associated with it. We did actually feature Look Lab in our previous presentation about art. But I want to show you this side of Look Lab that also has a couple of different musical modules to it as well. I think my online eye gaze music making would be better than in my real life music making. All right. Okay. So that was playing instruments. So again, relaxing, non-stressful, just being able to interact with the software. This is where I shine. I'm really good at this. This is the listening to music. Okay. All right. So again, you have a lot of online and or apps that I think a lot of us are used to using, such as Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, Prime Music, as well as different apps for podcasts. The question is how do we interact with them? How do we use our communication device to continue to ensure that we have those? So let's talk about that. We do have options. Actually, we have a lot of options. So for access options for listening to music, a lot of the communication software, different software companies have built-in page sets. They're already built for easy navigation. Usually eye gaze navigation is what we're focusing on. So MindSpeak, Communicator 5, Grid 3, and then also Join In all have pages for listening to various different music applications. Obviously, there's web-based as well, so being able to use something like TD Control or Windows Navigation in order to access via the desktop or the internet. And then smart commands. Here's what's interesting. When I posted a question about how you could access Apple iTunes on the internet, a lot of people actually popped up as this was a surprise to them. So if you're an Apple Music subscriber or a Spotify subscriber, you can ask Alexa to play your songs, your artists, your playlists, or more from your music library. That's great. So you can program a button on your communication device to say, Alexa, play whatever radio station you want. Alexa, play Jack Johnson. So you can provide voice commands from your communication device to a smart hub, such as Amazon Echo, Google Home. You can also do Hey Google, again with voice commands. And then you can use your Siri or your voice access to be able to do so. So that the listening to music is where I shine. Here's where I had to do my homework, which I know a lot of you are interested in this part. So let's talk about creating music. All right. So the first two, or the first one, which is called FL Studios, or as some people call it, Fruity Loops. Um, oh, Barbara just said, oh no, Alexa is now singing in my room. Barbara, I apologize. I will refer to her as the lady in the can from now on. I apologize. Oh no, Jennifer says mine too. I'm sorry, but it works. Here's a trick. Here's a trick with your ladies in the can. We'll just call them ladies in a can. When you're using your communication device, make sure that you use a comma oftentimes after the name of the lady. Okay. use a comma afterwards. It's that pause in between the name and the command that makes the biggest difference. All right, let's get back to creating music. I apologize. So, FL Studios, also called Fruity Loops, as some people call it, I am going to leave to Jordan to be able to explain to you. I'm going to talk to you about the second two bullets on here, and then we're going to jump into the FL Studios and a few more in just a minute. So let's talk about the Ayumi app. So the Ayumi app on Mac and on PC is the adaptive use music instruments. They have 16 melodic and 41 percussive instruments. The Ayumi software interface enables the user to play sounds and music through movement and gestures and eye gaze, obviously. This is an entry to improvisational that engages exploration of sounds, ranging from pitches to noises rather than learning set pieces. So, again, a fun way to start to get your feet wet, to start enjoying making music, creating music, playing with instruments in an adaptive way. Now, I had a special request from our friends on Facebook to talk about Apple because Apple, of course, has a lot of music making abilities. So I want to give a plug to the Landar blog, which is LANDR blog, and Annie is going to share that link. I typed in what are the best apps and got a description of each one of the apps. And the apps truly they range everything from GarageBand, which you can use to produce multi-track recordings with your phone mic, write electronic music with virtual synthesizers, or mix a track together and connect external interfaces. Okay, so we got that at the top of my list. At the bottom of my list in terms of complexity is Beatmaker 3, which is built for tablets and phone-based production. Again, a little bit less lift, maybe useful, especially for people that are using a tablet in terms of interaction. All right. Now let's talk about two Microsoft programs. And the reason I want to bring both of these Microsoft programs up is because the previous programs that I had listed, FL Studios, Ayumi app, as well as the Apple App Store apps that are listed, these apps are not specifically created for people using eye gaze or alternative access. All right, we're going to show you how to access them with two different videos. But I want to talk to you about these two from Microsoft. Okay, so the Microsoft hands-free sound machine was specifically created for eye control. Has 16-step sound sequencer that provides users the ability to generate musical compositions via a combination of wave and MIDI samples, and supports output to physical instruments as well as stage effects. One thing that's I thought kind of cool about this, in their latest release, they experimented with converting pre-recorded wave clips of Pals's voices, which had been banked, and being able to put them into a sample set to be adapted and used as an instrument for artists. That was pretty cool. It'd be fun to see if anybody can do that. Charlie, Jordan, I'm putting it out there. All right, so that's the first one, and this is a picture here of what that platform looks like. And then the second one is going to be the Microsoft Hands-Free Sound Jam, which again is an eye-controlled environment music for electronic loop-based performance and composition. It's designed for use, has familiar paradigms found in commercial production software, and it has been adapted to work well with eye control. And in fact, you can see it here at the bottom. And this is actually a Communicator 5 page set that it was based off of. Okay, so that's the music. Those are the software. Now, let's see it happen from somebody other than me to actually show you how it's going to happen. And it's awesome. So this is great. This is like my favorite part. So we're going to, as we did with our art session, we had three artist spotlights. And with our music, we have two. So we have Jordan Weston, aka Lee J Beats, who we featured in our first uh, big overview. And then we have Charlie Wren. And they have both made us some amazing videos that I look forward to sharing with you all. So let's start with Jordan, which, by the way, Jordan is here. So if you do have questions, we'll see if he'll answer questions for us. All right, so let's start with Jordan's tips. And Jordan could not have played into what we feel as most important here at Bridging Voice. I couldn't have asked for him to say it any better. So it's about customization. In this case, Jordan is using a combination of eye gaze. So he's using keyboard shortcuts. He's using TD control, which is up here at the top. So Toby Dynavox control to adjust the length of his notes, to copy, paste, and cut, and then also for scrolling. And then he's also using the Windows mouse vertical page set to place his notes and for selecting instruments. All right, I wanted to show both of those to you. Those are his tips. All right. And then his other tips are regarding speakers. So PreSonus speakers are better for loud sound and bass. And one thing he really wanted you to think about was to be aware of the delay when you start making music and doing recordings. And then, as we know, most communication devices don't have very many USB hubs or USB ports. So he has recommended using a USB splitter. And his splitter is split between his solid state drive, which is where he saves his sound software, instruments, and VST. And then the second part is the flash drive to back up his music. I would not recommend some of these programs, such as FL Studios. And by the time you start adding instruments, VSTs, that's a lot. And I would be cautious with that, adding that to your communication device, whether or not it can handle it all, because we want your eye gaze to work accurately and consistently. All right. So Jordan shared a picture of his equipment. So this is his Toby Dynavox device that you can see hanging there. This is a Vario float mount and some of his equipment attached. All right. Okay, so this is Jordan's video of FL Studios running here. And I am going to do my absolute best, Jordan, to be able to narrate the things that you are doing here. Before I get started, I want to remind you what you guys are seeing. So you're seeing the FL Studio window on the left-hand side. Down the right-hand column, you're going to see that is his Toby Dynavox page set mouse vertical. And then in the middle of it all, sometimes you're going to start to see his TD control pop up, and so that you can see his mouse working as well. So you're going to see both of those pieces at the same time. And I will point them out as we're going. All right, let's go ahead and play this. All right. So Jordan is going to create a piano piece for us in this amazing video. So there he activated his left click, and he's going to go over and select his virtual instrument. And there he's got his contact. And he's left clicking now, and he is going to select the instrument that he wants, which is his Noir piano. And again, he's using his mouse with eye gaze to select on the various features. And now he's going back to select his piano roll. And he's going to start now inserting notes. So again, he's using that left click there. He just placed his first note. And he got rid of that one. Didn't want it there. There, that's where he wanted it. And again, as he said, he prefers to use the mouse vertical for placing the notes. All right. And there he's going to switch his mouse to TD control. As you recall, he talked about using his TD control to adjust the length of the notes. And now he's doing a little copy pasting. There, he got rid of that note. So again, he's just roughing in, placing those notes using the left click, getting rid of things that he doesn't want. Copy and pasting. Right. Now he's going to play it for us. He's going to select the whole thing and then play it in a loop for us. All right. That was a master in the process. It's absolutely beautiful. Um, Annie, please go ahead and drop Jordan's YouTube link in there. You definitely can check that out. He has a lot more amazing music that he has created. So please check that out. All right. Okay, so I know this list looks daunting. This is the one I was telling you, but Jordan has so graciously created this list of equipment that's helpful, software that's helpful, where to find it, some tricks and tips with each of the pieces that he uses to make music. And I'm going to share this all with you because this is an amazing resource. So this will be going out to you guys again in that after visit. So please don't feel the, feel the need to be able to read through it all. Absolutely amazing. Jordan, you were awesome. Thank you so much for that video. Okay. So that was Jordan making some amazing beats. So now we are going to our second artist spotlight is Charlie. Charlie Wren is on our session today as well, who if you have not had a chance to interact with Charlie, I'm pretty certain there's not a question out there that Charlie doesn't know the answer to when it comes to eye gaze. I'm pretty certain. Charlie made this amazing video for us as well. So let's go ahead and watch him. He is going to make music in a little bit different way, but it is absolutely fun. So watch the whole thing. You don't want to stop early. Okay. Technical difficult. I knew it was going to happen. Uh-oh, Charlie. I tested this so many times over to make sure that everything was going to work perfectly. Let's see here. Let's pivot. Welcome to the world of augmentative communication. Let's see if I can pivot. Okay, just a minute. Let's see what's going on with this. It appears, there we go. Okay. I think I figured it out. I think I figured it out. All right. Back in shape.
Hello everyone, my name is Charlie, and I've had ALS for 8.5 years. I've always loved music, whether listening, creating, or performing, it's been a part of my life. I use a handful of programs to keep my connection with music, even after my progression. There are no music notation programs for eye gaze, but using your communication device like a regular computer, it's possible. The music writing program I use is a program called Mozart. It's similar to other music notation programs. Here's my attempt to show how to use eye gaze and write music. I'm using Toby's Windows Control program. Okay, let's open Mozart. Mozart has many options, and a setup screen will appear when it loads, giving you the choice of style, key, time signature, and speed. I enjoy using the Jazz font due to its natural look. Next is choosing the key. Let's keep it simple, and keep it in the key of F. Then select your time signature. 4/4 is a typical time signature, so we'll keep it that way. It means 4 beats per measure, and the quarter note gets the beat. Next is the speed at which you want your piece to be played. 120 is 120 beats per minute, and it's based on the pace of marching. Once the page opens, select the half note at the top of the page. I use my keyboard, move to the keyboard page, and select the space bar to start writing. Keyboard shortcuts are handy when using eye gaze. Then move the cursor up, select the quarter note, and press the space bar again. You do this repeatedly for every note or rest.
Charlie, I still didn't know what music we're making at this point.
You can flatten, sharpen notes, or add dynamics at any point. You can select parts to optimize spacing.
These were all Charlie sound effects I want you guys to know.
and you can write music for piano, guitar, instrumental, or singing. Once you've written your tune, you can add more staffs for other parts. You can write a counter melody, bass line, and even percussion parts. Once you've written your masterpiece with parts, you can play it, so here we go. It might not be a masterpiece, but it's entertaining to write. No composition is complete without a good-looking title. You can add a composer and instrumental parts to any letter font. You can assign different instruments to different parts in the correct key. You can even convert a master score for the conductor. There are many options to modify notes, bars, and the score layout at the top of the page. Here are a few other arrangements I've made over the years using Mozart. Here are a few other programs I use when dealing with music. I use a program called MuseScore. It's another music notation program that works great if you can use your hands. I use MuseScore for ideas from other writers, who make their compositions available to copy or listen to. It's an excellent place to start for free. I also use a free program called Audacity, to record my voice, and edit audio music. It's a wonderful program that can do everything. I utilize a little secret audio setting within Windows called Stereo Mix. Stereo Mix turns your communication device into its own microphone, for recording your voice, music, and become your microphone for face-to-face programs like Zoom. I hope my presentation gives insight into the complexities of using eye gaze to write music, and give people reasons to use their communication device other than communication.
Charlie, that's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Absolutely amazing. All right. So one thing I do want to say before we get going too far, Annie, you have some links for Charlie's information. If you could drop this for me, you've got the YouTube link, and you also should have the other couple of links for him as well. I do want to have one of caution. I'm sure Nachum, our technical director and founder, who is on the call, would also jump in and say, be careful with stereo mix. That's the only thing I want to say, Dee, because some communication software it can in relation to your voice. So just be careful of that. As Nachum stated, Charlie, you never cease to amaze, which is very true. So, in summary, the biggest things I want to say to everybody is have fun. Again, we're talking about ways to re energize, to open your world, to find those things that bring you joy. If it's nothing other than listening to a song, if it is playing some music, if it is actually creating some music, please do so. Have fun, experiment, take your time. Most of all, customize your eye tracker settings so that you can be successful. And remember, we are here to assist with that. Okay. And then also make sure to share your music with us. I would love to be able to share back some music. There. All right. So I'm gonna just give you guys a quick discussion over our deep dives. And I'm gonna stop the PowerPoint and open it up for Q&A. So anybody has any questions, or if you have anything to share, I would love for you to do all of the above. So our deep dive sessions that we've got coming up, we got texting and phone calls coming up next. With us, any tricks or tips that are helpful, please. We've got environmentals for home and television.
Trinity, sit still again. You're moving too much.
How's that?
There you go.
Okay. Phone calls coming up, television, gaming, caregiver alerting, wheelchair driving. You have anything that you would like to share, please reach out to us. Annie's email and my email are here. They're on the screen. I don't want to move. Share anything that you may possibly have. All right. Share at this time. I encourage everyone, if you would like, you are welcome to open up your videos, your microphones, ask questions, comments, if anybody has anything that they would like to talk about or say. Charlie is here. Jordan is here. If you have a question, go for it.
And Liz Stanley did share in the chat that I'm gonna butcher how to pronounce this. Equa app is great
Liz,
for
how do you say it?
creating music, but it's tablet based right now.
Yeah, you said it right. It's Equa.
Equa, okay.
It's a brand new app that's being developed. They're actually working on making it usable for like desktop eye gaze use, but it's not there yet. Well, it works well with tablets if that's the type of device you're working with. And there is a cost to it. But that is, yeah, if you happen to be associated with the ALS Association in one of the states that I work with, which
Say
is
it out loud, Liz.
which is North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin, then I can help you with the cost of that app. So you can reach out to me if you want.
Say this statement, but say them slowly.
Equa.
So the states you work with.
Oh, sorry. You were breaking up. Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz, for sharing. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Do you want to read that Nachum's comment from the chat?
Sure. Nahum just said, I think Jordan and Charlie should make comprehensive videos to demonstrate this to the world. Was this ever done? This will be life-changing for the right ALS patients.
Charlie, I think, did do on Facebook today, correct? Annie?
I saw, yeah, Charlie, I saw that you had dropped the video in the Toby Facebook group, which is awesome. And I don't think, to my knowledge, I don't think there are any existing videos like this, kind of like the art, where they're very hard to come by, people sharing this knowledge. So this is so great. This is an awesome start.
Thank
Also,
you.
Oh,
you're welcome. Also, I think that there needs to be a Facebook group for this. There is, eye gaze art makers, but there's no eye gaze music makers.
Malcolm said, I can force Charlie, but I don't know Jordan well enough yet to force him.
That's funny.
All right. I think at this time, I am going to go ahead and end the recording. We can stay on if anybody has any questions or comments about anything else or about any of our series that's coming up. I am going to end our recording for our friends on YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, please consider liking our channel or subscribing so that you can make sure to get our upcoming sessions. So I'm going to go ahead and end our recording now.